Thank you very much for the kind introduction, and good morning, everybody. My name is Kitajima from Kyoto University, and on behalf of the team members, I want to present to you about our research preference for mail-in HIV testing among international migrants in Japan. Self-testing has been discussed. In my country, self-testing hasn't been allowed yet, so we are still working on mail-in HIV testing. Okay, so these are the co-authors from different countries, and so on behalf of these members, I will present our findings. Okay, for the background, international migrants population reached 3.5 million in 2024. The proportion-wise, it's about 3% of total population, but it's growing quite rapidly. And over 50% of them are in their 20s and 30s. And this figure shows international migrants by major nationalities in Japan. As you can see, most of them are from East and Southeast Asian countries. Excuse me. And in 2023, among 20% of those who are newly diagnosed with HIV were international migrants in this country. And so the improved access to HIV testing is quite important. Public health centers all over Japan offer free and anonymous HIV tests, but they are offered mainly in Japanese. Our project also offered multilingual HIV testing events in various places. But usually, when we do that testing events, about 30 to 40% of those who made a reservation to the testing event didn't attend. It could be because of stigma. International communities could be quite small community, and they might afraid to bump into their peers in the testing event, or maybe because it's a problem with the distance from their home to the testing venue. And so another alternative could be mail-in testing tests, but they are commercially available in Japan, but available only in Japanese most of the time. When we conducted a survey with those who came to our testing events and also in the communities, nearly 70% of international migrants were interested in taking mail-in HIV test. So excuse me. So because of this, the objective of our study was to elicit preference for mail-in HIV test service design among international migrants in Japan. Okay. And I'm going to talk about the methods. So we used a discrete choice experiment for this study. For those who might not be familiar with discrete choice experiment, it is a research method used to understand preference by asking participants to choose between different options with various attributes. So we first identified important attributes and levels regarding mail-in HIV testing services through literature review and also expert opinion. And taking into the proportion of international migrants in this country, we developed a questionnaire in Japanese, English, Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, Nepali, and Portuguese. And we tested the questionnaire with 32 people from these countries and received feedback. And from the feedback, we came up with these attributes and levels to make choice sets for our district choice experiment. We decided to use 3 attributes and levels to make choice sets about mail-in HIV testing services. We thought location to receive test kits and online post-test counseling support and price of the test kits are quite important attributes when they choose mail-in HIV testing services. For location to receive test kit, we had 4 levels: public health center, drugstore, convenience store, and home. And for online post-test counseling support, we had 3 levels: attributes available in your chosen language, available in Japanese only, and not available. And for the price, we had 4 levels: free and 500 Japanese yen, and 2,000 Japanese yen, and 4,000 Japanese yen. Okay. And with these attributes and levels, we used a software called Engine, to create 12 choice sets. This is just one example of the choice sets that we used in the questionnaire. For the option A, you pick up the kit at the public health center, and post-test support is available in your chosen language, and you have to pay 500 Japanese yen. And for the option B, you pick up the test kit at convenience store. Online support is available in Japanese only, and it is free. And you are asked to choose which one you prefer. And each respondent was asked to choose either A or B in each of 12 choice sets, and we used conjointly to conduct the survey. Okay, and our targets are international migrants living in Japan, aged 16 and over. And participants were recruited through social network sites and also migrant communities. And we also offered a financial incentive to encourage people to join the survey. We conducted the survey from July to September 2024, and we used a conditional logistic regression model for the data analysis. And we received ethical approval from our university's ethics committee, and also funding from Health Sciences Research Grant. Okay, and I'm going to talk about result. And 123 people from 34 different countries participated in the survey. About 80% of the people are from East and Southeast Asian countries, and about 90%, nearly 90% of the people are in their 20s and 30s, and 80% of them are male. And about 63% of them have been tested for HIV before, and 50% of them had ever used mail-in HIV test before. Okay, and this is a result of conditional logistic regression analysis. For the location to receive the test kit, we used public health center as a reference, and all but convenience store was significantly associated with their choice. And for the post-test support, both type of online services are also associated with their choice. And also the price was significantly associated with their choice, and respondents prefer to have cheaper test kits. Excuse me. And based on this result, we calculated the probability of choosing different type of mail-in HIV service model. And about a year before we conducted this study, another research team conducted a pilot study for mail-in HIV test targeting Japanese people. And in that study, they employed public health center model where test kits were distributed at the public health center, support was provided in Japanese, and free of charge. So we used this model as a base model, and based on the result from the previous slide, we estimated the probability of choosing a different type of mail-in HIV service model. And it was 25% for PHC model, public health center model, and 57% for the home model, where they receive test kit at the home, support in one's chosen language, and free of charge. And 18% neither of them. And we also calculated the marginal willingness to pay to use mail-in HIV test with home model, and it was 1,012 Japanese yen, about $6.7 US. Okay, so the conclusion, findings of our study suggested that international migrants preferred home model to public health center model for providing HIV, mail-in HIV test, and findings should be incorporated in the design of multilingual mail-in HIV testing program in Japan in the future. And thank you very much for your attention. And we partly incorporated the result of this study. We conducted multilingual mail-in HIV testing services for the international migrants in Japan, and I present the result in a poster, 131. So those of you who are interested, please come and visit and discuss with me. And thank you very much.